Thanks, listeners. It is time for today's update here on Elko Live. And in place of our city show today, the City of Elko is generously contributing time to the Elko Convention and Visitors Authority. And it gives me great pleasure to welcome Annette Kerr in studio. Annette, welcome. And you've also brought with you Kim Longley today.
Yeah, thank you, Lori. Thanks for having us today.
We're really happy to see you and to talk about all the exciting things. I know we visited with two of the other staff last week, but there's just more to come. And even since we last visited, there's some more opportunities on some of those opportunities. So it's a perfect time for an update.
It is, and it's like almost daily. We're seeing new things coming out. We're even looking into the future, the next year, the year after that. So we're just really excited here, and we just want to make sure that the public and the community understands and knows what's going on in the next couple months.
Well, thank you so much for, again, being here, the transparency. Everybody is excited about the investment and all the wonderful improvements that we can see at the Elko Convention Center, which is now our E-Center.
It is. It's part of our rebranding. The E-Center stands for our Elko Event Center in everything and everywhere. So we're also in Explore Elko. That's our logo, exploreelko.com. So we just found it appropriate to give it a new name because conventions have been around for a while.
Yeah, conventions, and they are certainly morphed into all kinds of different exciting things and opportunities now. And combining all the latest in technology, inviting people to come and have an Elko experience, which you can't find anywhere else. They're not making towns like Elko anymore. We're so lucky to have the blend that we have of business and opportunity, the gorgeous natural landscapes that we have.
Well, that exactly. That's our job, though, is twofold. It's one is to make sure that we're here for the community. We help support the community, support events, doing meetings. We call it events, meetings, conventions, meetings, and more. But then on the other hand, we're also in charge of what's called a DMO, Destination Marketing Organization, to get the word out there about Elko and Elko County, what there is to do here, how to enjoy the outdoors, but not just the outdoors, but what else is there? Our museums, we have libraries, different things going on at all times. So we're twofold.
Yep, our rich cultural tradition and local history, of which we still have plenty of, indicators, buildings, places, California Trail. I mean, it still exists. You can get out there and walk where the pioneers walked. Not every community can boast of that. And plus the economic benefits. And I know we're going to get to Kim because she's planning her life out till 2028 or so. So that's just how busy ECVA is. But yeah.
You mentioned the California Trail Center. I went out there just a couple of weeks ago, and we watched the exchange for the Pony Express.
Yes.
And you can't get that everywhere, So it was wonderful to see some children out there, some adults out there, and to have that experience, to see what it was like. So thank you to Mr. Gerber and also to everybody that was working on it. I appreciate it very much for the invitation.
Yeah.
Curtis Moore was the other writer. So
that's right, Curtis. They have such a love and tradition in their families of, they love the West and the Old West, and Andy and Jan Boyer, they brought that convention to Elko of the Pony Express writers. And I talked to lots of people out there, and they are coming back. Elko is firmly on the map as a place to go because we're genuine. We're the real deal.
Well, and we're welcoming. And that's what they liked, and the fact that people took an interest in it. So we're really excited that we were a part of that, or at least I felt that was a wonderful experience. And I'm sorry that more people didn't get a chance to see that part of our history.
I know. There was a lot going on that weekend, and we're going to talk about that too, because there's a new calendar to help with that. And then also incorporating all of this amazing access we have to public lands, because there are plans in the works, and they're going forward on those trails, the trails that we're going to have for mountain biking, for equestrian, connecting our communities and our favorite recreation spots.
Exactly. We just had the outdoor summit, the Nevada Outdoor Recreation Summit. It was at the convention or the conference center. And so we're trying to work out with them about how we can bring an ATV jamboree next year.
Oh, that would be fantastic. So that's
in the preliminary stages, but it's exciting news that we're going to take a look at another event or another thing to do here in Elko.
That's right. Whether you're using the quads that you were born with, or you've got
electric bikes.
Exactly.
They have all kinds of different things that we're going to be looking at.
That is fantastic, Annette. It's wonderful to hear that. And again, we're not just focused on one aspect of why we choose living here in northeastern Nevada, and it's all about inviting folks here, checking out the opportunities, maybe making some investments. I mean, there's just a lot of different things that we can look forward to. And speaking of looking forward to, I guess that's a good entry for you, Kim, because Kim Longley is our event and sales manager. And among the things that you get to do, planning the fun local events, Kim, but then also looking ahead.
Yes, yep. So right now we're currently working on the 2025 Festival of Trees. Charity partner applications are due this Friday by 4 p.m. So it's coming up quick. If you have a nonprofit organization and you want to be considered as a partner for the upcoming event, make sure to get the application in. And then we'll start taking donations for the event starting November 1st. And we'll have information on that at exploreelko.com and our Facebook page. And then from there, they'll be able to see the actual setup schedule, public viewing. We will have public story time again with Library. So we're excited to have them return. And this year, we will actually have a Friday session. And Miss Casey has generously donated her time for 2 p.m., 4 p.m., and 6 p.m.
Nice.
So anyone in the public can come on that Friday, December 5th for some public story time. We will have Santa there Friday, December 5th and Saturday, December 6th. And then something new for this year, we're going to do a Christmas kickoff concert, which will be Wednesday, December 3rd from 6 to 8 in our theater.
Nice. So we have special guests for that? Were you using local groups? Are you auditioning folks?
We're actually using all of our local groups.
Nice.
And so we're kind of confirming who can and can't participate. And then once we know who can, we'll come out with the schedule and make some announcements.
There's nothing like setting the tone for the holidays than with beautiful music to really set the spirit of the season, Kim. That's great.
Yep, it's going to be fun.
Yes. So the important deadline to keep right now out of all that is this Friday, because that's when the charity partners applications, and it's really worth your while to apply because the partners divvy up quite a generous donation from the community.
They do. Yep. And it's growing each year. So both in item donation numbers and then just how much the community is donating.
You know, these partners are awesome. Every year we try to spread the wealth around and try to keep it minimal, but anywhere from 4 to 6 partners, charity partners, but they walk away usually with a little more than $10,000 each to go to their charity.
Yeah,
and that's because
huge.
of our community.
Exactly. The generosity, unrestricted funds, by the way. So it is a generous application process, and it's wonderful to see the groups come out to help the community better understand what it is that they achieve on behalf of our residents. So very nice. And then Annette, while we're talking about the holiday season, we're not going to skip Halloween. We'll loop that back in. But we do know that because of the planning, the care that you've taken with the budget and the resources that we have, that we invest in the E-Center, we're able to add a little more holiday cheer this year.
We are. We're going to be decorating the corridor, if you will, between the two buildings with some beautiful lights. So if you're out for an evening stroll or an afternoon, those lights will be on. But we're getting really excited about a November 2nd deadline that's coming up, and that is the U.S. Capitol Christmas tree.
Kim gets to take it away and talk about that.
Yep. So the U.S. Capitol tree will be coming from the state of Nevada this year, which is very exciting. And on Sunday, November 2nd, it's going to be making a stop here in Elko. So we will actually have the tree at the E-Center parking lot, if you will, and we will be having presentation of colors from Battleborn Youth Academy. Delmo Andriozzi will be singing the national anthem. We're going to have some local nonprofit groups who will have booths providing information on what they provide and the services that they do. We're going to have a food truck. We're going to have the Spring Creek High School and Spring Creek Middle School Hope Squad on site with hot cocoa. And then attendees can actually sign the banner accompanying the tree. So you can write like a little message or just your family name. And that's going to take place on Sunday, November 2nd from 5 to 7 p.m.
That's a beautiful way to kick off the season, too.
It's exciting because it is our first time the state of Nevada has ever provided the tree for the U.S. Capitol. And the fact that it is a 53-foot red fir tree, and you'll be able to see the tree It does come in on a semi. We're going to escort it. The Sheriff's Department as well as out City Police have offered to escort that tree down Idaho Street. It'll turn into the Convention Center or the E-Center parking lot, and then we'll have some festivities there. So we do want, I know it's a Sunday evening, but we want to make sure everyone gets this opportunity because it's a once in a lifetime. 250 years, this is the first time the state of Nevada has been offered or asked to provide the tree.
Oh, it's so wonderful. And we have a lot of local residents, including children and artists, who've contributed ornaments for the tree, too. I didn't realize that as many as 10,000 ornaments are going along with the tree.
There are 10,000 ornaments. And then I know the county commissioned a portion of the tree skirting.
Oh.
And every county has a section on the skirt that's going to go around the tree depicting their county.
Oh, that's lovely. I think they did present that recently at the county commission meeting, and really appreciate the work that the artist put into that to craft something that represents all of us.
Well, I hope you'll just take an opportunity to come out on that Sunday afternoon, late afternoon, and see the lights, enjoy some of the festivities and the songs, and get to sign the tree, the banner that's going to go with the tree, and see that tree.
Yeah, that's a really neat opportunity. So again, another date is Sunday, November 2nd, 5 to 7. You can't miss it. The Silver Bell is 52 feet long, 53
feet long.
And on its way to Washington, D.C. from right here in Nevada. And we are fortunate in Elko because not every community is getting an overnight stop.
That's correct. There's only about 4, I believe, places.
So
it leaves Carson City area. It will stop in Lovelock, and then Elko, Ely, and then on to Washington from there. Different communities in different states.
All right, so do take advantage of that. So we talked a little about the holiday cheer that's just ahead. We don't want to skip the spooky season because I know, Kim, you've been working on that too, right?
Yes, so the team is actually working on a free movie for the community. It's going to be Pumpkins and Popcorn. It will take place on October 30th in our theater. The doors will open at 6. The movie will be at 6:45. We will be showing Goosebumps 2. And we will have some snacks, and of course, everything's free. So we just want the community to come out, enjoy the movie, and take in a couple of good little treats.
And it's a neat way to show off that big screen.
It is. It's a brand new big screen, 5K, brand new projector. So it's we tested it out the other day, and it's gorgeous, and we're really excited about it. I just want to remind parents that the school district has new ways of getting flyers and information out. So what we'll be doing is using the school district's Peach Jar schedule. So all of the information about the movie will be on the school district's Peach Jar platform in order to see what's going on.
But we'll also have it at Explore Elko and on Facebook.
Oh, good. Yes. And then we're going to talk more, too, about that calendar because it's already a roaring success, helping people plan and, just don't miss out. And then also to plan events that, may not conflict with other events because that's, the most important thing is that everybody gets to enjoy something that a group or a business has worked really hard on planning. So that's really neat. So that October 30th event is the day before Nevada Day, which it's already Friday. The kids are already out of school, but there's the big Nevada Day parade in downtown Elko. And I know Jim Connor would want me to mention he's taking sign-ups now. So
I agree. And again, that's another one of our community events that we get to cherish because not every community gets that type of local participation or local opportunities.
38 years that parade has been going on. And I remember when Jim started it. So, yeah, because he moved here from Carson City and he said, of all places, why doesn't Elko have a parade? So
yes, that's awesome.
Yeah, has a wonderful tradition. And his late wife, Rose, is remembered during the parade, as well as their dear friend, Don Tanner, because those two couples, they were involved in JC's. And now it's the Knights of Columbus who funds the parade so that we don't have to pay an entry fee. So.
And isn't it wonderful you could do that during the day and then come to this movie at night?
Yes.
Then that night, of course, Halloween and Nevada Day or the next day. But it's just, again, Elko has a lot to do.
Yep, Elko has a lot to do. Take it from the director of the Elko Convention and Visitors Authority, Annette Kerr. She's our guest alongside Kim Longley from Event and Sales at the ECVA, our E-Center. Yes, take it away.
Well, I just wanted to go in and talk a little bit about the event calendar again. I know it's people think, well, I have my iPhone, why do I need a hard calendar? But there's still a lot of people that don't use those types of calendars or technology. They still like to go back to that, let me flip at the calendar, what's going on this week, to see the whole events. And so if you have an event, it doesn't cost a thing. Please get those into us. The deadline is the 15th, so next Wednesday. But you can go online to exploreelko.com and add your event. You just give a phone number and the date of when it's going to be happening. It's very simple, very user-friendly. But those events, those calendars go out worldwide. People call for them on all the time. As I said, our photo contest was concluded as of Friday, and we use all photos that were from this area that locals have submitted. And Lori, we had 700 photos for that calendar this year.
I am not surprised.
700, and they're beautiful, beautiful photos. So, and then we also put who took the photo goes into that calendar as well. And then it's ready for the Festival of Trees, and people use them as gifts. And then we'll have them all ready to hand out. So you got to come visit the Festival of Trees to pick up your calendar.
That's great, and you are absolutely right. I know maybe some younger folks that really rely, they can use their technology, but we still have calendars around the house, because if the phone goes down for any reason, it's great to have these beautiful photographs and calendars. They really add to your workplace, and as you said, you can send them out, these physical copies, which are absolutely free, and then they represent the best of our community.
That's true. So if you have a photograph, it's maybe next year, but if you have an event, please give us a call or go online, exploreelko.com, and add your event. Absolutely free, and it's great advertising.
And speaking of, we can insert here that there is a new digital calendar, which I'm sure everybody on staff contributes. We got to meet Saffron Marin just last week, your new marketing assistant, and she's added already. There are 200 events, some of them recurring, but they're already on that digital calendar.
And we're combining that with the Chamber. We've partnered with the Chamber of Commerce so that we're seeing events not being duplicated but together. And so it's a wonderful thing. So if you are into the digital era, please check out our digital calendar.
It's at exploreelko.com, and then if you're a chamber member, that's one of the many chamber benefits, because they have a staff there at the chamber, which is the official visitor center. And I know when we do these programs, Annette, we talk about how closely our ECVA, the E-Center, works with the Elko area chamber.
We are great partners. We're moving forward, not just because we want more businesses, but we want people to support those businesses. So it's a great partnership.
Yes, it's very important as we're talking about, the time that we're doing this broadcast. We're in the midst of a government shutdown. People, more than ever, we need to support our hometown, our local businesses. We need to shop locally. We need to do everything we can to patronize the people who live and work and help to pay for things alongside of us.
Well, we also have another announcement, another event coming in on this holiday season, and that is we're bringing back the Nutcracker. And I'll let Kim talk about it.
Yes, yep. So we have a great partnership with Reno Dance Company, and they haven't been able to come back to Elko for quite a few years. And so this year we're very excited that they are coming back. They will have their performance on Sunday, November 23rd. And I just found out this week that they will be hosting auditions at our theater on November 7th. And you can look for information on the auditions at our website and on social media channels. They're working on putting together a flyer, and they'll get it out to us. But yeah, it'll be a great performance. It always is. They do a wonderful job, and so we're excited to have them return.
Oh, that's great. Thanks for adding those dates. Again, the Nutcracker performance, which is going to be in Elko at the E-Center, Sunday, November 23rd, and then auditions, because they have local dancers, little children who play the little mice that run under the dress, and it's just adorable.
And all ages are actually encouraged to come and try out.
So, good. Yeah, yes, sure. Yes. So this is your opportunity to audition for the Nutcracker coming to Elko with Reno Dance Company. That's so exciting. They bring costumes and everything.
They do, and it's something that's been going on. I remember my kids even 30 years ago, we'd bring them, they had the Nutcracker 20, 30 years ago, and so it was something that we looked forward to during the holiday season. And again, living in Elko, this is an opportunity to see some ballet, tradition. It's a beautiful ballet, so we do want to have people come out and look at and watch it, but we'd also like to make sure that we see all the little kids that can participate and be a part of this big production.
Yeah, that's so exciting. Something that they can take with them forever to say, I danced in the Nutcracker. And I always think of Dee Ray and Ginger Gardner because this was a family tradition of theirs. We sold Nutcracker tickets. It's just one of the first things that impressed me when I came to work here, as you said, decades ago, that was so important to the family that we have this Nutcracker performance. So thank you for continuing that tradition, Annette and Kim. That's great. Wonderful news. We're talking, of course, with our representatives from the E-Center here in Elko, our Convention and Visitors Authority. Annette's been talking about, the recent outdoor recreation summit that was here, so we can be ready to hit the ground, no pun intended, come spring. And all the special events and activities Kim is working on, even into 2027 and 28, right?
Yes. Yep. We are taking reservations into 2028. 2026 is filling up very quickly, so that's always fun and exciting, and it's a good time to see the different events coming in.
January will be National Cowboy Poetry Gathering. This marks the 41st year. That gets planned. I think they take maybe a couple weeks off after the gathering, and then they just start right up again. So, yeah.
We're very lucky to have these types of cultural events going on, and so we're just really pleased that the Cowboy Poetry Gathering will be here. The fact that we have the Mining Expo continuing on. It'll be our 40th year, believe it or not. And so that's exciting. Kim's got a lot of new things planned for the expo this year, or next year, I should say. She's working on it.
Yep. June 2026 is going to come very quickly.
It will, because again, it's so popular. Mining is just through the roof right now, and people are going to be so excited to come here. This is the heart of mining in North America, certainly with the richest gold reserves, and the fun that they have, the camaraderie of the Mining Expo. The golf tournament's always sold out.
Yes, yep, the golf tournament definitely goes quickly, and I anticipate it will be the same for 2026.
Yep. So anything that I didn't ask you about, you want to make sure
I just want to mention that Melissa Lanning's group will be putting on a free pumpkin patch.
Nice.
It'll be in the E-Center Circular Drive in the grass, and it's free pumpkins for anybody, and that will be October 25th.
Oh, great. So the free little pumpkin patch.
Yes,
October
and
25th.
she's been doing it there for years now, and it's just a little event for kids to come and get a free pumpkin.
Oh, that's nice, especially those little ones. You can just plop them out on the grass, and they get to go pick out whatever pumpkin they want. That's great. So that's just one of the many uses of our very own E-Center, the Elko Convention and Visitors Authority. I'm just checking my list here to see if we've gone over most of what we had just ahead of us. I know that we talked about January, February. Oh, I know, Annette, you are traveling for Travel Nevada, and you had some news about the Rural Roundup.
Yes, the Rural Roundup is where all of the rural communities, minus Las Vegas isn't invited, or neither is Reno, if you will. Not that they're not welcome.
They do their own thing.
They're welcome, but it's called the Rural Roundup, and that's going to be in April. So we'll have quite a bit of people here. We'll be doing some events for them, some special rides, different things for them to do. But this goes around the state, and it hasn't been in Elko for about 5 years, I think, Kim?
Yeah,
a little
about
bit,
5, 6 years.
5, 6 years. And so we're in the midst of planning that with Travel Nevada. I do sit on the Commission on Tourism as one of the commissioners, and so I'm really proud that we'll be bringing it to Elko to show off Elko to them as well.
That's nice. And then the last meeting we had, we talked about new and exciting changes because Elko's Cosmic Con is even more popular than ever, right? Yeah,
it is.
Yes.
Formerly known as PopCon.
Yes.
Harold, our mascot, basically has invaded, and so we've gone to bigger, better worlds, if you will, and it's going to be called Cosmic Con.
The Cosmic Con, yes.
And we are planning for that. We are starting to look at the different guests that we want to bring in and the workshops. So all of that planning is already underway.
It's so nice. Every year. I mean, every year we say every year, but every year it just gets better and more fun and more adorable.
We went from 29th on the search engines to number 1.
What?
On the search engines for any kind of cons that are going on. So, and when I say cons, it's not like, teasing people. It's
exactly.
But it's culture.
Yes.
And the pop culture and things like that. So, but we've got people that have already signed up or wanted to sign up the day of that we were doing our promotions in our event.
And you know what, ladies, too, I popped in because it was going on, I think, with a concert that was in town, the Family Resource Center. They did a tattoo conference.
Yes.
There were a lot of people for that.
Yep.
I was surprised.
It was an amazing first-year convention for them, so I hope they bring it back. It was received very well.
It was very well received.
You know, we're diversifying in the things we're doing at the convention center. So many new things, different things that we haven't had in a long time or have never had. So I'm really proud of the team. They've done a great job.
Well, Annette, that's also great leadership because you tell them, there are new events and activities. You represent a different demographic or generation, if you will. I mean, the same thing happens with me all the time. I rely on younger people and I care so much that they love our community and that they want to replace us eventually. eventually.
Well, I learn from them as well every day.
I know.
And it's not just our office staff, our facility staff are go above and beyond. They're always there to help people that are there. But we just want to let people know that we are diversifying. We're not just the old convention center anymore. We're events, conventions, meetings, and more. So we have all kinds of things going on.
Thank you so much, Annette Kerr, of course, our director of the ECVA, the official E-Center. You can visit exploreelko.com. That is a fantastic website. Between that and elkonevada.com, those are the two top trending websites that people go to for information about our community.
And our website's getting a new look, so it'll be out soon. And yeah, we're updating the website to go along with our rebranding.
Yes, that's right. The rebranding is also underway, and it's a process that involves the community, which is nice. I know the City of Elko has had their strategic planning sessions in which they invite the community. It's all part of meeting the future and encouraging growth, but at the same time, respecting the legacy, right?
It's quality of life here. As our one speaker came in and said, yes, we love the tourism dollars, but they want the tourists to go home.
We love that you come and visit, but please go home after a certain period of time.
But we love them to be here.
Oh, we do. No, and we do have so many museums, so many more activities and opportunities than we had before. So now it's up to us to be good stewards. We have to take care of what we have.
Exactly, and that's one of the things, the classes that we had at the convention that we just had, and that was how to be a steward of the land if you're out there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, good stewards of our public lands, of our gorgeous places like Lamoille Canyon. But whether you're out driving on the interstate, headed to the Lots Beach Family Farm, they're doing their big pumpkin patch. I think they have mazes and all kinds of just really cool activities.
Yeah, they just opened up a couple days ago, and we've seen some people who've gone out there already and taken photos, and they're having a ball out there.
Yeah, and those are the photo ops and the things that the people love to share on their social media accounts. So, we're making it all happen. Kim, thank you so much. You represent that younger demographic too. So, and parenting and all the things that we bring, because really, those of us who choose to be here and have always wanted to live here and stay and contribute, now our job is to make it nice for people to want to stay and for our children to return.
Absolutely. Yep, it is. And it's one of those things where we just find the balance between growth, but keeping the history and keeping it kind of the small town feel still.
I think we're doing that. Yeah, I hope so.
That's our goal.
That's our goal. Well, thank you both, ladies. Always appreciate your time and the care that you give our community through the ECVA. And listeners, we appreciate you, of course. We hope that you will share this program. We are archived at elkoradio.com. And again, thank you for listening today to our guest on behalf of the city from the ECVA.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you.